Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another great adventure in the life of Scrappy D. Welcome to D Scraps, C Scraps. Good morning, Scrappers, Scrapettes, planet lovers, recyclers, and everybody else I missed. I wasn't going to do a video today. I wanted to work in my yard, but the weather is not appearing to be conducive to doing so. I'm in the process right now of just trying to get the phone to pick up the live. Okay, I think I've got it. Okay, getting better at it. As I said, I wasn't going to post anything today because I really wanted to do some yard work, but it's not quite nice enough to go outside yet. I think it might be in a bit. Good morning, Dee Dee. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Five Guys Burgers. I love Five Guys. Matthew, good morning. Wow, you guys are up early just like me. So, you guys already know about the debacle in New York City on Thursday. I went in to go pick up a big load of servers, got to the site. There was absolutely no way to retrieve the servers there. They were in the big building next to the Brooklyn Bridge where the comptroller's office is, the one that says New Amsterdam on it. And it's one of the oldest buildings in New York. There was no parking to be had. There was no delivery zone. And I was unable to retrieve my purchase. Let me just turn the heat down a little bit. So I came home Thursday. I think I posted a video and I think I cut my finger on Thursday is what I think happened. So yesterday I did manage to get out to the scrapyard. I got rid of my light iron. I have a pickup truck, but I have to keep the scrap moving. I am going out, I think this weekend, and purchase a garage, which I need anyway. Our driveway needs to be redone, but if I put the garage in, I can have them put a cement base down and not have to repave the driveway. So I'm looking at doing that, and got some things going on. I inherited my mom's house in February, so doing a bit of home improvement. I plan on staying here. I grew up in this house, and I love it here. I love my neighbors. Anyway, so part 2 of all this. Then I had an e-scrap order I was supposed to pick up yesterday afternoon, which they said might not be ready till Monday. The local fellow who I've been working with went back and refunded me. Yeah, Patrick, I absolutely loved your video. You were like a kid in a candy shop. Guys, Patrick is Patrick William. He has a wonderful YouTube and TikTok channel, and he's over the moon with a load of e-waste that he's gotten, and a gentleman who repairs appliances. And he's got some really great things going on to he's got a lot of things going on with that. He's very excited about it. I'm very excited for him. So do check out his channel. He's got a lot of good things going on. Okay, so what prompted me to do the video today, besides the fact that I love you all, I went out yesterday, and a fellow had a small load of e-waste for me, which I went out and picked up. But this was in here, and I'm still not sure I'm going to take it apart. I opened it to look at the bottom, but look, this thing is one of the heaviest laptops I have ever seen. And it is, here's the pros and the cons for you. If you can, hope you can see this. This is a Dell, and it is running, it has an iCore 7 chip in it. Now that chip is worth at least $25, if not more. So this may be a fairly new computer. I left it on the charger last night and it didn't power up. I'm going to see if I have another battery that I can replace in there, and I'm going to try one more time. They've left the password on it. Not that I would do anything unscrupulous, I would not. I may make an attempt at reformatting this computer and using it. I've never seen this kind of a computer. It is heavy as, guys, let me tell you. It is a Dell... hello, J.A. Hello, May. I don't know, May. I'm just in the process of evaluating this computer. I was looking for the model number. Dell Precision M6500. I haven't had a chance to look it up. But I am going to put it aside. I did take the battery off, and this was all aluminum back here. And again, I'm not going to start pulling it apart until I'm going to try changing the battery and see if I can format the computer. This would be a really great computer for somebody in school, or maybe for me to use in my Zoom room. The problem, and this may be why the computer was disposed of, is it's running Windows 7. For those of you who don't know, Windows 7 is no longer Windows in general is no longer going to be supported by Microsoft. And you're going to see a lot of computers hitting the dust pile just because they can't upgrade them anymore. And that may be what happened here. I don't know. I have the RAM that I took out. I'll leave the hard drive for now. But I can already see two beautiful copper heat sinks. I can see more copper back here. There's a hard drive and there's some RAM. So I did want to show you the computer. This is one that I'm going to investigate a little bit further. Trying to see if anybody has an opinion on this computer in particular. Alright, the reason I'm doing laptops, not to bore you guys to death with me doing laptops, let me just put Big Boy out of the way here. By the way, if I do scrap this, I'll make sure I do it on video, okay? Now we still people, it's been scrapped for a reason. Something is wrong with it, so. I just think that's what's going to happen. A lot of working computers are just going to get tossed because there's no support for Windows anymore. So I've been working on laptops, and the reason I'm working on them today is, number one, I have a basket load of them. Copper tanked yesterday. Most of you know the entire stock market tanked yesterday, 25%, really bad. So copper tanked too. So I'm glad I'm holding on to my copper. I don't have to sell it right now. These computer heat sinks are very good, guys. I always call it going after the low-hanging fruit, if you will. Good morning, Dinger. Good morning, everybody who's sending in gifts. That's very nice of you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Patrick. Yeah, that was a great video yesterday. Oh my God, I can't wait to see what you do with this whole thing. It was an interesting video that Patrick put up last night, and the reason it was interesting is because it was all about this fellow who he's gotten connected with via YouTube, who replaces appliance parts. I don't know about your neck of the woods, but boy, I see LG and Samsung and a couple of other brands, brand new. I mean, that happened to my nephew, as a matter of fact. Brand new, beautiful LG stainless refrigerator. And the circuit card burned out. They wound up throwing out the whole refrigerator because they couldn't get a replacement circuit board. And it happens a lot. And it's really scary. I mean, somebody who can fix those things, man, they could make a lot of money reselling them and fixing them. The damn board isn't even that expensive. That's the kicker. Do I know about any issues with the PS4 sim? How about the wire connection? I don't. Chevy, I would try GameStop to see if they could help you. That's not my area of expertise, I'm sorry. I do have a, what is it? I do have one of the gaming board out in the car, a gaming unit. Anyway, I digress, I'm sorry. So anyway, you can take this copper, that's good, nice number 1 copper, a little bit of heat here with a heat gun maybe. You can pull that off. It's going to have a little bit of aluminum on it. You can either, I would separate this out, put the clean copper in one bin and the dirty copper in the other. So that's what you usually get out of a laptop for a heatsink. This one's got that's a piece of cast aluminum. And you usually you'll get a hard drive, you'll get a couple of sticks of RAM, and you'll get a pretty decent motherboard. And that's, as I said, this is, I'm trying to knock these laptops out if I can today. I have a pretty good sized box going to board sort on Monday, and I'd love to get rid of the rest of these laptops. Just a quick reminder, guys, these lithium-ion batteries, they are dangerous as... Ah, very good. That's interesting, mate. Where are you from? What state? Thank you, appreciate that. I'm enjoying these live streams. I'm having a lot of fun with them. Like I said, I wasn't going to do it today. I really was going to go out and work in the yard. I went out yesterday. I got the lawnmower started. That was step number one. It's been sitting all winter. Got it started. Put the catch on it and ran over the lawn to get all the leaves and debris and everything else out. Round one, I call it. And today I'm hoping to get all the beds raked out and cleaned and mulched. I do have a bee's nest that I'm going to have somebody relocate. They're honeybees and I don't want to hurt them, So anyway, guys, these are lithium-ion batteries. Do be extremely careful storing them. I'm going to get these to the transfer station before noon. I don't keep these around the house. Except for if I'm looking for one for that Dell computer. Well, you guys are awesome. Alright. Come on now, don't be a stickler. Yes, thank you for asking. My hand is much better. Thank you for asking. I cut it from here to here. Once I finally got it to stop bleeding, it was all right. I wound up not needing stitches, or I probably didn't. Was too stubborn to go get them. Wear gloves, guys. All right. So you can. Yeah, I usually tape these so it doesn't make contact with something else. But I am going to the transfer station today. I'll get those out of here. So this one here is a Toshiba. Now, if you were watching my last set of videos on laptops, I did a lot of the older vintage ones, the thick guys. And we really recovered some excellent motherboards from those, and some excellent chips. This is what I would call the next generation of those. This one's running Windows 8. Okay. This looks like it takes a regular screwdriver. Welcome, Todd. Thank you. Wow. And please accept my apology if I don't get to your comment. It's probably getting to the point I need to get a moderator. But I like to work on my own schedule. I do have certain times that I try to go live, really because I have a lot of followers overseas now, which is really cool. And I try to make sure I can catch up with them at least once a week. If you're doing lives, guys, keep them under an hour and then you can do the replay. Otherwise, if it goes over an hour, you're not able to do that. So these middle-of-the-road computers, I'll call them, they're not vintage, but they're not new. These probably were made, I don't know, I would say Windows 8, maybe 10, 15 years old. So I would expect these would be pretty good for board recovery. Thank you, Todd. Hello, David Smith. Welcome. Wow, we're at 1,000 people. 1,000 people up this early on a Saturday. Nobody went out last night. Only place I went out last night was out like a light. I was exhausted. I still hadn't recovered from my Thursday ordeal. It did feel good to get out and get some yard work done. We have insects in our lawn. It's disgusting. And we have grubs, and the skunks go out and they dig up the grubs, and they get rid of the grubs, but they kill my lawn. So I'll go out and give it a treatment, and I'm going to put some. I have to find something that will kill the grubs but not hurt the skunks. I don't want to hurt anything. So that's today's project, weather permitting. All right, let's see. These this is a Toshiba. These are pretty easy to take apart, guys. If you're new to scrapping laptops, this is a good one to start with. 2:30. What time zone, Dave? Hello, John. I'm getting good at screwing with one hand and reading with the other, and be nice, don't be fresh. In this case, unscrewing. No, I hit the sack early last night, and I got up. Well, I get up habitually around 6:00, 6:30 in the morning. I have a band instrument repair business and rental service, so I usually try to get to the schools before the school buses, so the kids have their instruments for music class, repairs and whatever. We just do an exchange. Mom and Dad calls me, hey, so and so's violin broke a string. Fine, I'll have a new one there in the morning. Boom, done. Easy for them, easy for me. Then I come home, I do a little bit of scrapping, and then I go back to the studio in the morning, in the afternoon, and I teach. Okay. Yep. Stowaway here, guys. By the way, these screwdrivers, see, that turns. I use these in my instrument repair. They're called precision screwdrivers. I mean, they're really easy. They make life a lot easier for your hands. But I use a screwdriver all the time. That can really get down into the nooks and crannies. This is a good tool to have. Well, Brandon, I don't do gold removal. That, to me, there's a lot of chemicals involved, and we have, my nephew has 3 little girls, and that's just not something I want to have around the house. There are a lot of people who do the gold recovery. I sell the boards I sell boards to people who do gold recovery. I'll do things like this kind of thing. These I clip. I have a big jug of those. And eventually I'll sell it, I hope, to a refiner. But that's just, it's not my thing. I will say that, and it was a good question because, I'm sorry, David. Hang on a second, let me get this off and then I'll finish my thought here. I don't want to do what I did the other day and not pay attention to what I'm doing. There we go. Ooh, it's Christmas! Look at that! Woohoo! Look at all those goodies. There are a lot of people who do gold refining. It requires the use of very, very toxic chemicals. You have to have, I would say, certainly would never do it in my house. It's not for me. I'm going to sell it to somebody who does that for a living. I mean, we have a local refiner here who I've been in to speak to a couple of times. E-waste, and that's where I was going with this. E-waste is off the chart price-wise right now. I've never seen e-waste price so high, although that may change after Friday's stock market crash. Anything like that usually hits the commodities. But everybody's going nuts trying to get e-scrap, and it's because of the gold content. These motherboards, all of these boards. This is what I'm trying to resell this one. I forgot what I got it out of. I've got it on a paper upstairs, but these are really high in gold recovery. There's gold flashing. There's gold pins here. You know, there's gold recover in these chips. So there's a lot of people who really go after the gold, and that's what they do. Me, I'm going to sell this as a whole unit because that's where I'm at. Good morning, Joker. Anyway, so again, as I always tell you, now laptops, guys, will often have two batteries, and make sure you get the CMOS battery off. And this is gold. Now here, oh heck yeah, I'm going to go after that. I'll get that out in a minute. I've got 3 or 4 jars of gold, clean gold pins. When I get enough, I'll go over to the refiner. He actually had a video on YouTube about board refining, and let me think a minute. I think it was called Fairfield Refining. He's in Fairfield, Connecticut, and he actually had a really great video on YouTube. I'm sure you can find it without too much trouble. And he was discussing the fact that the newer boards post 2020, which is where I use the term 2020 from. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jeeber. He mentioned that the boards prior to 2020 were much higher in gold content. The newer boards are more plasticky, and I would agree with that. You can tell by the weight. Like these boards, these came out of telephones. That's a video for another day. But these boards are super thick, right? So these boards have gold, copper, palladium, and other precious metals in them. But they're toxic as heck, guys. Don't cut these in the house. You'll get sick. I kid you not. You might even get sick cutting them outside. So my dilemma with this board is I could depopulate it and just sell it as a low-grade board, or I can sell it as is. This is all copper in here. I'm going to wait till I get a good load of it together, and then I'll submit pictures to both Board Sort and to the gentleman in Fairfield to see if either of them are interested in buy it. I know Board Sort will buy it. They would probably buy that as a low-grade telecom board. I was just trying to show you the difference in some of the boards. These newer boards, these colored boards, they're plastic. They're plastic rubbish. They burn out. I see it in... Good morning, Susan. Thank you. Yes, I'm doing very well. Much better than the last time I spoke to you guys. Fingers much better. Thank you. Yeah. Alright. Alright. I think we're just about ready to try and get the cover off here now. Should be. Literally, guys, it takes me 5 minutes to get these apart, but when I'm having the pleasure of your company, it takes me a little longer. I like to try to answer your questions when I can, you know? Alright. Some people are keeping these keys. They resell them to, like, crafters and stuff. Some of these have a silver mylar under here. Me? That goes with my shred. I don't want it. That's just me. If anybody wants to buy them from me, I will gladly save them for you and sell them to you. So I'm going to get a screwdriver. I'm going to go around the bottom here. With a little luck, we'll get this off. Always, guys, make sure you face the stuff away from yourself. Hi, Sean. Oh, I missed a screw. Of course I did. So how's the weather, everybody? In Connecticut, it is looking a bit overcast. Would have been nice if I could have got the grass seed down yesterday, but it's actually still a little bit early. So, if the weather doesn't turn favorable, I'll have to go out. I'll go out and order my garage. That's really just a matter of practicality. I mean, to pay for a storage bin, it's just not smart. Remember, guys, if you find a spot, sometimes you can just tell you've got a screw that you missed. They're hard to see. They're black screws on a black plastic. You just go back and make sure you pull it out. That's all. It's not a big deal. I have a couple of others, too. They all need Torx screwdrivers. There's a hobby shop I'm going to head out to later today. hopefully I can find somebody who does like, somebody's into hobby electronics, because I'm still trying to find the proper size Torx to take apart those apples. I'm telling you, it is the tiniest Torx you can even imagine. Tiny Torx, da-da-da-da, tiny Torx. Sorry. Told you guys I'm a music teacher, I get silly sometimes. Good morning. I'm sorry, the names are going by faster than I can see them, but by the way, guys, if you have a question, just leave it in the comments. I do go back and I read the comments, and if I can answer your question and I couldn't see it as it flew by, I'll be delighted to go back and try to answer it for you. Alright. Now, let's try that again. Just like that. I really don't want things popping off at me. I don't want to get hurt again. So again, as predicted, we've got a very nice piece of copper here. Now, what I've been doing, and again, you guys can do whatever you want. I'll take the good clean copper, I'll put that in one bucket, and I'll put the things that have to be processed separately. They're not paying super well for copper aluminum heat sinks right now. And even something like this, you got to separate. But copper aluminum heat sinks like this, they're only paying like 20 to 40 cents a pound. Although board sort is up to 90 cents a pound, I was surprised. I'm hoping others follow suit. Good morning, Lisa Mayfield. Here for the laughs. Me too. I love these handles. You guys are hilarious. So, yeah. I'll go after. I'll take these. I think they're gold. They might be brass. I have them separated because I can't always tell. I have to honestly tell you, I can't always tell my brass from my elbow. My brass from my gold. Either way, I've got to separate it so I don't have to worry about it. This I know is gold. Come with me. Come to mama. I mean, that kind of stuff I'd be silly to just throw in with the board. You should see some of the videos, guys, of people going after the gold. It's insane. Absolutely insane. I just hope they take precautions, because these boards are so toxic to work with. And, look up metal toxicity poisoning if you think I'm kidding. And it's messy. If you cut this stuff in the house, you're going to have a royal mess on your hands. Plus the fact that you'll be breathing toxic poison stuff. Alright, so really all that I've got to do is just take the board out. I do have a yard that'll buy these. They'll buy these, they'll buy the DVD drives. They'll buy them as media boards. I just throw the whole thing in there with media boards. I think it's like 10 cents a pound though. Depending on the price of shred, I might even toss it in with shred. Right now shred's actually paying better than this. But they're all separated. I can decide at my leisure. I will take this board apart. I'll get the board off of that at some point. Just not today. Microscoping is fun, but I have to be in the mood to do it. I usually do my big teardowns all in one day, and I do a lot of them. I want to go to the transfer station on Saturday. I want to get the rubbish out of the house, and I want to get all the lithium-ion batteries and all the CMOS batteries to the recycling. So, and then I know on Monday I'm going to ship a big load out. So I'll try to, I kind of have a little bit of a rhythm that I go with here. It's just really because of space more than anything else. Scrapping's messy, guys. Raining in Indiana. Hello, Matt C. Welcome. Hello, Maine Girl. Hello, Dogfather, Joker. See a lot of familiar names. You know what I really like? What's really fun is when I see you guys starting to talk to each other, and I know you guys know each other, and that's kind of fun. Frozen juice. William Motores, welcome. Tom C, welcome. Well, looks like I'm going to have to find more stuff to scrap, huh? What's the matter? You don't want to watch the news? I don't either. It's depressing as hell. I don't even watch it anymore. I check the weather and then I just go about my business. I refuse. Oh, raining in Texas. Boy, I feel, boy, there were some really bad storms a couple days ago, huh? A lot of people got hurt. It's really sad. Mother Nature is not happy with us, I don't think. Okay, so again, for me, I'll take the clean copper and then I'll put these to be worked on another day. Get that low-hanging fruit. These are Wi-Fi cards. And something I hate about laptops, they're so fiddly, there's so many screws. I'm really not going to complain too much about the rain, guys, because we've been in drought conditions here in Connecticut. Not horrible, but so these connector ends on a lot of these, they're gold. Okay, that's a nice clean piece of gold. I would say separate it as best you can, so when you do send it off to a refiner or whatever, it's not too badly mixed. You can throw that in with your gold finger cards. If you're selling to Board Sort and you have 1 million of them, you can sell them by the pound. They weigh nothing. They don't even weigh a penny weight. Pennies weight. Okay. Alright, who's holding up the works here? Sometimes on the laptops there's hex screws here you have to take off. The next one will go quicker, guys. I digress, I talk a lot. You don't mind, do you? Big Dave's Speed Shop, that sounds like fun. Motorcycles, Dave? I'm ready for the summer. That's one reason I really want to put the garage in. Number one, to hide my mess. I do have a shed, but it needs to be rebuilt. But I want to put it in the garage because I want to put I'd like to put a workshop in there, and I need a place to fix my musical instruments that doesn't make a mess all over my house, so I really need a dedicated shop. Yeah. Stowaway right there. Stowaway! And done. Okay. Carefully pull the board. Remember, guys, boards are sharp. Trust me on that one. Not a lot on the back. This will be graded as a laptop board. That's not copper. This is just copper flashing. It's it's copper content, but copper it's flashing. There's a gold corner BGA. Probably gold pins, and this is probably where the either the hard drive or the power supply hooked in. I've forgotten now. Good gold recovery here. Couple little things here of gold. This is what you'll get in your what I call mid-century laptops. Your the ones that are this size and about this thick. They're not bad boards. You guys want me to do another one? Hello, treasure hunters. That's funny. Hello, Nolan. Hello, Psycho Nut. Tuna melt. Now you're making me hungry. Stop. All right. I'll take this little bit of wire after, and this is ready to go to the transfer station. This I probably will go after this too. It'll just take me a minute. That's where the mouse pad is. But there is that can go as a low-grade peripheral board, visible gold, even though not a lot of components. That'll sell. All right. I really don't want to do another one, but I will just because so many people have joined. This one is an Asus. Asus? I see a lot of these Asus boards in gaming computers. I'm expecting them. I shouldn't say. Alright, let me just make sure I don't need a Torx screw because that would be annoying because I don't have them. I don't have what I need. Thanks, JD. Thanks, Lisa. Pharaoh. Yes, thank you. My hand is much better. It was really just a matter of getting the bleeding to stop, and that took almost a day. But yes, I'm fine. I'm keeping it covered. I'm keeping it clean. I'm not doing any grinding or anything really filthy with it. It probably should have been stitched, but it seems to be healed. It seemed to have been a very clean injury, and it seems to be healing nicely. So I was more worried about getting something at the clinic. Everybody's sick. I didn't want to go to the clinic. Shady, FD Haynes, hello John, Susan. And again, guys, if you have a question and I didn't answer it, please, please leave it in the comments. I do read these, so. All right, I'm going to do one more of these, and then I'm going to head out because I really do have to get to the transfer station, and they close at noon. I don't want these lithium-ion batteries around my house. And I've got 2 bags of screens. If you have a transfer station that'll buy these, that's great. A person who buys laptops, a lot of times they buy them for the screens. E-Waste Ben, I don't even think bother scrapping them. He just sells them whole by the pound. I have that option, and I thought about it. I do have a yard in Meriden, but they pay like 60 cents a pound. I suppose if I got overloaded with them, I probably would. But not so much this generation of laptops, but the older generation. Like these big, thick, chunky suckers. These have excellent CPUs and pins, and these I do scrap. These, so. I don't even bother with the Chromebooks. Forget it. There's nothing in them. Oh, that's the other thing I meant to tell you. Forgive me. This is going to get sold as a laptop board. There was no CPU. This is the CPU. It's called an integrated motherboard, which means it doesn't have a removable chip. So that's the thing with this generation. You'll not have a removable chip. All right. It is, JD, it depends how close you are to them. The biggest problem I have is shipping. And I still, even though I'm decent at it, I still make mistakes sorting things. They're actually very nice about it. They're very easy to work with. They're extremely honest. I've had them downgrade me. I've had them upgrade me. So I'm hoping to find somebody closer, only because I hate shipping. It's expensive, but yes, there is indeed. I can't see the name on it. Yes, I know there's gold on the chip. There's a gold banded BGA chip under there. But again, I'm going to sell it to somebody who has a safe facility to be able to refit. For me, no thank you. I ship, I'll clip pins. I did a video the other day on the power supplies, getting the brass and the pins out of those. Yeah, I'll save that kind of stuff, sure. But that's about as far as I'm going to go with it. Hey, I'm getting good at this. Hey, Patrick, remember our first 2 videos taking laptops apart, yours and mine? We're getting good at this. This one's taking a soak. This is wet. Yuck. Same as the other, pretty much. Let's see. Yeah, it looks to be the exact same kind of board. We'll take it apart really quick, and then I'll sign off because I've got to get to the transfer station. I don't want those lithium-ion batteries around the house. I do have a yard in Meriden that buys them, but I don't want them in the house. I don't want them on the property. I sound paranoid. I don't mean to. I'm just, because I don't know the history of the computer. I don't know if it's been exposed to heat or it's been exposed to water or how stable that. But it's just I don't know how stable those batteries are because they come out of used computers. All right, so I got a hard drive. Yay, rock. you can take the boards off and no, I don't really go after the gold. I go after components that have gold in them, and I save them and I sell them, and then I sell the boards whole. I get that question a lot, but I don't know if you guys have ever actually seen the workings of a refinery. What they'll do, this is the other reason I tell you to get the CMOS batteries out. When I sell this to Joe Schmo's refiner, he's going to take an air chisel, he's going to, and then they're going to throw this whole board into a shredder. They're going to pound it down to all kinds of lovely chemical dusts. They'll put chemicals in here that will take the gold off. They'll put chemicals that will take the silver, copper, whatever it is. And it just goes down this trough and the components fall out. So, I mean, that's why I tell you guys, don't cut these in the house or don't cut them without a respirator just because they're full of gold-bearing materials, but it can make you very sick. That's just me. Again, I'd rather just take them apart and resell the boards. That's my comfort level. I mean, I see some people who really just go to town, and God bless them with the gold recovery. They're making money, but I just hope they're making it safely. You know, I think that's the big thing. You know, it's got to be safe. All right. I have a feeling it's going to be raining in Connecticut too shortly. Going to the transfer station in the rain is not on my list of things I like to do. Now, a board like this we'll just sell as what's called the low-grade peripheral board. It has some gold, but not much else on it. A few components, you know, that goes in with low-grade peripheral boards. I just sent a bucket of those out too, and Board Sort was not happy with my grading. They were very nice about it. And I said, you know, at least I had it separated so it wasn't hard for them to make the adjustment. I try to put things that look alike into the same bag. My area of, not issue, it wasn't an issue, my area of weakness was between telecom boards and peripheral high. I'm going to do a video on that shortly, by the way. I'm looking for the... I'll do that on another video. I'll show you some of the differences that they showed me so that, you know, I wouldn't make the mistake again. You know, it's going to happen. I'm not perfect. Wow. That's amazing. I believe it says hit list. Wow, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Your words are kind. And good for you. Good for you. Do you find that there's a lot of money in the electronics recycling boards, the computer boards, gold-wise? I think the older ones, yes. The newer ones, I think they're a lot more plastic. Hello, W Success. Hello, Stephen Tucker. Do you know we have 6.1K people on the feed right now? I wish I had brought it in with me. I have not an Xbox. I have some other roached game system to scrap. I'll probably do that tomorrow morning. I do usually go live Sunday mornings, guys, kind of early, but I like to make sure I get a video off, and then I head out to church. And then hopefully lunch with my family. All right. God, there's so many screws in these laptops. Ugh. And just by pulling on the board a little bit, you can see where it's still hung up. Here's the, these you don't want to miss. There's gold ends there. So... Yes, you're right. You have to recycle everything to be very successful. Gold is rather limited, but in many places. Yeah, but on the older boards, there's a lot more gold. There's a much higher gold ratio, like pre-2020, according to the refiner. As I said, guys, refining is just, it's not for me. But a lot of people are doing it and doing it successfully. They know what they're doing, you know. For me, working with things like sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide is laughing gas. That's a dentist's office. Sulfuric acid, you know, those things scare me. And you know, you gotta know what you're doing. Everybody has their comfort level, right? Oh, this is hung up on the other side here somewhere. Flip it over. I didn't even get the back off. That one was already partially disassembled. Remember, guys, when you pry things, pry them away from yourself. You don't want to stick yourself with a screwdriver. That would hurt. Well, now. At least I don't embarrass myself live anymore. With electricity. Interesting. Wow. I'll tell you, my heart just pounds in my chest when I see some of the videos from other countries where the safety of the workers is not paramount. Man, they're just out there breathing this garbage in, pounding it down to nothing, bare feet. And it's just, you know, that's just. I don't understand the complete disregard for a person's well-being. Okay. It's hard to see because they're black screws on a black surface. Okay, that's a battery. Let's go into the transfer station with me. And who's caught up here? Sometimes these laptops just, they hang right here. You gotta just work the board free. There you go. Just like that. I know it's not gold. It's probably, what do they call it? Something copper. Not painted, there's another word, I can't think of it. Tin-plated copper. Piece of RAM. By the way, even though it's a smaller piece of RAM, that's still gold-fingered RAM, guys. Alright, quick look at the board. I'm not going to take the rest of this apart because I do have to get to the transfer station. So again, copper. I'll hit that with the grinder. I'll take this good piece of copper. I'll put these in to deal with you later. I'll get the Wi-Fi card. I'll nip these. I think they're gold, but I'm not sure. Wait a minute. I don't have it here on the bench next to me where it should be. I'm looking for my flush pliers, but I don't have them handy, so that's okay. But you can just pull these. You ever wanted to be a dentist and miss your calling? Well, here's your chance. Alright, anyway, you don't need to watch me fiddle with that. Alright guys, I am going to end the video because I don't want to go over the hour. If I go over an hour, I can't replay it and repost it for those of you who joined late. So, I would like to first and foremost thank you for visiting me on a Saturday morning. I hope the weather gets nicer wherever you are. CD drive goes in with your media players. This will sell as a laptop board. Again, this generation of laptops does not have a removable CPU. It'll have one glued to the board. It'll be under that heatsink. The older ones, yeah, you'll get a removable chip. I got a lot of them off. I got a lot of them off the other ones, off the older computers. I'm so mad. The heatsink got stuck to this and it ruined it. I was so pissed. But that can go in with your gold recovery. I was not happy. I tried to save some of these really old vintage chips. They're just cool. I've got a shadow box with them. I've also got a couple of really old boards that are just really cool. They don't make them like they used to, you know. Alright, Scrappy D signing off. Thank you once again. God in heaven bless each and every one of you. Stay safe, stay wonderful, stay scraptastic, and I will see you probably tomorrow morning sometime. Have a wonderful day, and thanks again for joining.